Something is stuck on Prince William's hand. Gina, honey, I don't see nothing. It looks really normal to me. Does it look normal? It really, it really does not look normal what's on his hands. Look at this. There's no way this is normal. Look at his hands right here. It is some type of digital artifact. All the colors are smeared together. They're smeared together, let's just face it. And it's interfering with the bottom of his face. It's interfering with his neck, his shirt up there at the top. It doesn't look real. Although I will say, while he's sitting down having this interview with this person, he looks completely real in his face. And I kept looking and looking and looking, trying to find something that did not look right. But I couldn't find nothing in his face. I kept watching his hands to see, what will your hands do? That's not normal. I don't care how much he moves his hands. It should not have that effect. It should not have a big globbing effect, because that's what it looked like. A great big glob of, you can see what it looked like. A glob mess. That's no. I'm beginning to wonder, and I'm beginning to think that this things that is taking place, the royal family and stuff, I don't want to say it. I really don't want to say it, but I'm beginning to think that, I don't know, when you see them on TV or on the computer or something, if it's really them. If it's really them. And if it is them, then there is some kind of shifting going on. Some kind of, they can't hold their hands, their shape. They can't hold their shape. But it is said that AI, now let's think about it. AI is not got down pat the hands. It has not. That's true right there. It hasn't. So what is it? Is it AI? And is it he did. He looked normal. But that didn't look normal. And it doesn't look normal. If you're just tuning in, he doesn't look normal in this picture right here at all. Just his face. And see, you can even see right here when the hands start getting messed up. Let me find the video that I'm working on. It's not this one. It's the other video right here. He's sitting here. Let's look at that. And I don't know when he started having his shirt unbuttoned either. That seems rather strange, really, for a prince. It doesn't seem too modest. It doesn't seem modest, you all. Really think about it. It doesn't. And that's when I first saw him sitting around with his shirt unbuttoned. Now, people do it, but I thought, this feels weird. It really does feel weird. Hello, everyone. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. Hello there, Nerica. Nerica, honey. Hello there, Frank Cooper from Louisiana. I wanted to say South Carolina, but you're not in South Carolina. You are in Louisiana. So let me see the timestamp. I'm at the timestamp in the very beginning of the video, I think. Watch this, you all. Watch me move his hands. See, his hands look somewhat normal right here. Normal, right there, at that angle. But it's only when it gets to a different angle, then you really see a lot of, it's like pasted, like big clumps of color. Like they didn't paint, if somebody was painting, they really messed up painting his hands. That's what I'd like to say. His hands are really messed up. Hello, Celine. Really messed up a lot. Now, if we were to look, oopsie, Gina, honey, what you got going on? See, it looks normal. Somewhat normal. He might be a little bit too big right there for us to see him. Let me see. I don't know what he looks like this. I know it looks like it's hot in that room because both their faces are red. And see, as his hand points down, this right hand, there's a lot of distortion. A lot. There's like a lot of ridges, a lot of bumps and stuff. You know his hands ain't got bumps all over them unless something's wrong with his hands and they got big old bumps all over his hands or something like that. Let me do this. Let's come back. He's fine. He's fine. Oh, here comes more distortion. This is the distortion, you all. Look at this. It's fine. Is this, can you all see it? Look, see this? That looked really weird too. Is this close enough? Because we can make it closer. We can make it closer if we need to. The bottom of his hands and all the bumps. Yeah, there's lots and lots of bumps. And he's happy. He's happy. He's at least got a smile on his face, really. It doesn't look like a deviant smile. Christine Mott, honey, you on here? Yes, you are. Let's watch this. Look at all those bumps now. Even if he had calluses on his hand. Oh, is he known for that, Frank Cooper, to have gecko hands? Is he? It's normal now. It's normal now. Then he can put his fingers back together. Yes, go ahead and put your fingers back together. Right here. Okay, so we know that this is, it's kind of strange looking, to say the least. He's doing a spell, beautiful fretboard. Well, I hope he's not doing a spell. I really do hope he's not doing a spell. Let me come down here. I took some screen images of him because I was trying to catch him. I was sitting there. First, I was looking at the scar that he got on his head, and you see how clear. Look how clear this is, you all. Look how clear. If this is AI, oh man, I couldn't even, you can't really tell it apart. It's practically perfect. Practically perfect, except maybe right here in the white of his eye, there is a line that appears in the white of his eye. Can you see it? And I think that right there would be a glitch. I've not ever seen anybody reflect anything in the white of their eye before. That looks so funny. Seeing a great big eyeball on the screen. Oh my goodness, you all. That does look kind of funny seeing a. Does he got some contact lenses on? Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. But he really does. It looks flawless. Absolutely flawless. His skin looks nice, everything. Yeah. His skin looked nice. Okay, now see, look at that. This might be a little too flawless. Let's see his eyes over here. His eyes are kind of fine right here too, I guess. Yeah. Why do you say Rochelle is real? Why do you say that he's not normal? He doesn't look like the rest of them, although when I heard him speaking about climate, he's all on board of it. He's all on board. So his face looks kind of flawless. Look, his hands look really good right here. Somewhat. Somewhat his hands look pretty good right here, but if we were to look close at his hands, I can see some distortions. I can. A little bit of distortions because they don't look all the way real. Rochelle, honey, hello. Yeah. There was a lady named Rochelle when I grew up in the project. She was so nice. She really was. Super, super nice woman. Very peaceful. When I was looking at his hands right here, I thought his hands between this finger, his pointer finger, and the rest of his fingers, I thought this is way too large of a gap. But it may not be. It may not be. That may look kind of normal. Okay, it may. But look at this. I mean, this is the digital thing right here. This is kind of, I don't know if it was a digital him. Now looking at this up close. I don't know why that's so digital looking. I'm really not sure. See, look at him. It looks like a picture. Look how smooth. It really does. On my end, when I zoom up, it looks like there is a picture that is like made of him. Could it be 6 fingers but one was removed? Sherry, I thought so. I really did. They airbrushed it. The webbing, is that what it was? They could have. They could have very, and look how his fingers look really white up here at the top. The top part of his fingers are white. And you may say, well, Gina, honey, that's because he's facing the light. Okay, now, this was kind of strange too, and I just didn't know what to think about this because I couldn't even recognize his hands at this point. They were barely recognizable. Even though they were moving, the overall, pattern that he should have for his hands, I don't see it there. I cannot make out a real hand-looking shape. That's what I'd like to say. Based on how the fingers are and stuff, I can't tell where his fingers are at the top either. That's what was strange also. Could not tell how they were at all. But he was giggling, even if he was a CGI. That's at 2 minutes and 44 seconds. They weren't human. See, this is him sitting here. It looks really real, except there's some purple right here. And it would appear to be coming in bleed over from that shirt. Buenos dias, Dash Hound. Oh, I thought you said Dash Hound, Nierica. I thought you was talking to this statue of this dog. Oh, my goodness gracious. No. Oh, my. Okay, and this right here, there's too much, way too much residual. Look at that. There's no defined like edges on these fingers at all. There's not. CGI is what it seems like. Yeah, the wiener dog. That's right. And then look how this finger looks like it's way up there at the top. Right at, see, it's like it got extended up there partially. It's too pink. It's way too pink up there at the top. Yeah, we're watching holographic things and stuff. Get your popcorn and watch the, I don't know how to, I see around 6 foot something. See, look at the webbing in his hand right here. And this part right here. This was really strange too. Look at that. That was strange because that really didn't look like a real hand right here at all. It's like it's not blending in right. Can you all see it? Yeah, a big swelled finger or something. And it appears as if these back two fingers look really thin, like a piece of paper, but yet they get bigger at the top. Is what it seems like right there. And then if that's a finger, I don't know. His neck is a little wrinkled. That's supposed to be hair on his neck. Look at that. Look at that, you all. This is I don't think it's a real him. It's not a real human. Okay. But then, are we looking at a life form? A digital life form? Are we going to be hearing one day that CGI is truly a life form, even though it may not be a living life form? It'll be like we are. They may classify it as a real digital living life form, and they live in computers and they live in the digital world. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. So this is his hands. And that's really what they look like right there when he moves them. Otherwise, you can't tell. You can't tell at all. But it's not, no. There's something way off with his hands. Big time. His eyes, it was really hard to see anything different in his eyes because I looked. They're really good with the eyes. They are. And the colors that they use, it's a big giveaway. I think of like clay, digital clay, color all over his hands. Or the fake suntan stuff that I guess if he could have a fake suntan or makeup smeared on his hand like that in a big glob, if that foundation stuff people can put on their face, like that. Yeah. Oh, okay, that was it of him. Let me take you over to, let me put this back to me. We're sitting here. I want you to see how he does do his transformation. Let me see, 244. Let's see if I can go to the 244 mark. Let's just watch him at let's go to the 244. See, why would royalty start having their shirt buttoned down like that, really? But he had his shirt buttoned down for this. He had his shirt buttoned down when he was sitting with some other people too. I'm not sure if he had the same outfit on the same day. I'm looking for 244. 244. He does look different than they look, the rest of the family. He does. A lot different. See, watch his hands. See, just watch him. It's normal movement. You wouldn't be able to tell anything at all. Susan Donahue, honey, you got the secret? Nerica, I think they probably are in control. They have a huge noticeable knots on their foreheads. Rochelle, when you say huge noticeable knots on their foreheads, where at on their foreheads would you, where the knots are at? on their foreheads? Is it like on the sides, like where horns would be, or the cranium, the cranium part? See, it looks so real. It looks so real. So real. Yeah, I know, knots. Oh, I've already passed up. I have already passed up what I was trying to look at because I got distracted. Well, see, look at the discoloration of his hands right here as they move. You got white. Look like the pigmentation is gone from this finger. It's kind of pinkish right here, and the finger behind him is that's really kind of pink up here also. The forehead, yeah, is, well, to be honest, I've seen a lot of people who have strange foreheads, really. Their forehead is shaped different. But if there's like reptilians, I'm sure there is a big noticeable thing. And what about those cone heads? Remember the Conehead series? I never did watch it. I never knew nothing about it until like this past year, that the Coneheads, and I believe they're on the earth. It's like the ancient Egyptians or something, or they had the things on their heads and they went up like that, really, really elongated head coverings and stuff like that. Who would they be? Would they be the reptilians, or would they be another different type of species when you talk about the Egyptians with their head things that are up there like that? Oh, I tell you what, that three holes in the ears was really strange. It was very strange. I wanted to get to the 244 so we can see what he was doing with his hands at 244. Okay. This looks really strange too. When he's got his hands together like that, they look way too big. They kind of looked a little bit too big when he had his hands setting there like that at some point. Let me see if I can get to it. Okay, see, he's normal. His hand is normal. Oh, you all can't see it because they've got his body like this. That's why you can't see it. Oh, the lead-lined coffin recovered from beneath the Notre Dame had an elongated skull. Okay, his hands are in the position right there. Right like that. You see this kind of, it may not look too strange. Do you know what, you all, I am just trying to get myself on here to get over to here. If I could get over to the right thing and move it. Just like to move it. See, that looks weird right there. See, let's see. He's got his hand like that. Looks strange. I was trying to see if I could identify all his fingers with his hands like that, but it just looks... Even at the bottom, I can't see the rest of his hands. Can y'all see it? Let's see if we can see the rest of his hands at the bottom. Because that's really kind of tricky when their hands are like that. Because you can't make them out. Can you see them? I can't really see how his fingers are to look. The teeth and the forehead, like Klingon. Are you talking about like Klingon? The Klingons on Star Trek is Worf. Okay, there we go, right there. See, that's kind of weird. Let me see if I can... I didn't even see that one hand. His one fingers, because they were blending in with his rest of his fingers. It's really neat. It really does look weird. Where is his thumb? That looks really way off. They, yeah. How can he be twiddling his thumbs at that angle with his hands like that? I'd like to see how they bring his hands apart. If he's a hologram, how is his hands going to come apart? That's how. You get the fingers stuck together like that, and that's how you find out how they're going to come apart. Just like that. You see? There, you can't even tell now because he's pulling his fingers apart. Can you see the individual squares in here, you all? There's individual cubes, big cubes, inside this whole entire picture right here. Look at them right there. And it's not like that for the rest of the body. Okay, you can see it. He's got 10 fingers and 10 toes. His, okay, we got it. Let's do this. Oh, we got his hands still in here like this? Look at that overlapping down there at the bottom of his fingers. Let's make sure we got this on here good enough to see it. It's a lot of pink. A lot of pink in his fingers. His hands have come apart. And it looks really strange like that. It does. Really strange. If I pull his hands apart, they're still there like that. But then his hands are going to come out like this and you can see him. Where was the other part where he wrung his hands together? Okay, we can't really see it that well. Let's do this. He's got his hands like that. See, they look normal. They look really... Oh, that looks a little strange if we were to... That does look strange. It looks kind of weird. He's got twisted fingers. Twisted fingers, you all. That's what he's got. A little bit of twisted fingers. And could very well be CGI. And if it's CGI, where are the real people? Are there any real royal blood on the earth, or are they inside the earth? Are they inside it? Let's see this. He can bring his hands together and it's like I've got it way too big now. I've got to make it smaller because it got way too big. If you're just tuning in, Gina, what are you doing? Well, I'm trying to look at his hands because his face was practically flawless, more or less. Practically flawless looking at his face. I could not see any strangeness. But wow, I can see that right there. Look at his hands right there. If you were to look at them close up, they don't look too good. You don't, like right there. Not too good at all. Let's see this right here. Right like that. So you can't make out his hands. Like really close up. They're blending in way too much. Too much blending of his hands. Gina, oh, we can't see nothing. Okay, I'm sorry. I had it set to me again. I've zoomed it up now. It's a little bit behind. Yeah, his chin. See his hand. Let's do this. And now we got his hand right here. His fingers and stuff. It's a big mess. But it's nothing compared to what was. Nothing compared to the first image that we started off with when he had his hands together doing whatever he did. Because his palms were all messed up. They were totally messed up. Are we looking at this? Watch his palms. Let's see if we can get to the part where he's doing his thing. Let's get this going. Oh, he's still got his hands crossed. What part was that, you all? Let me get to it. Let me get to that. So he looked fine. He looks fine. The image is pretty clear, crisp right here. Very crisp looking right here. If he's CGI, I can't see anything wrong with him right now because he looks kind of human in this picture. But, and in this picture, he's kind of human. His hand doesn't look too human. Human looked like it was like painted or something. What else was the strange thing? Right here, his hands. They're not matching up either. You can see right here. We're just going to go through some of the few screenshots that were captured. It's I can't make out his hands. I don't know where his thumbs would be, his fingers would be. It looks really messed up. Really messed up. And this is him sitting there with his hands messed up like that. Just like that. And then they look up messed up again, just like this. Messed up. One day, they will get so good, AI will get so good that computer generated images, and they're gonna master the hands, because they're learning right now. They're watching us, and they're learning from us. They're learning what it is that we're seeing that is messed up, and if it's AI, it will recalibrate, it will recalculate, and make sure it gets it done right to where it won't mess up like this. See right here, this is it. That was our image. It's really bad right there. That's the worst I've seen so far. It is right there, and it's nothing that we've done. That's what it looked like, just like that. Good morning, Dave Edwards. And somebody got themselves in trouble. That's just too bad for them. That's right. So there is something that is stuck on Prince William's hands, and it's a digital artifact stuck on his hands because he's got his hands covered in mud. His hands are covered in mud. A very light colored mud. And it don't look too nice. It don't, you all. Doesn't look too nice at all. He can't wash it off. You cannot wash it off your hands. And he can't. He knows he can't. Can't wash it off. It's stuck there. So let me put this back to me. And where's that image of it? That's not it right there. I think it's this one right. That's the lady with her leg missing. Her leg is missing. I can't find this other image. Wonder where it went. I don't know where it went. Guess I lost it. Lost the other image, you all. Okay, we got it. I don't know. I don't know where it's at. I'm going to have to bring it back on here, you all, since I've lost the other image. That's okay. That is quite all right. Let me see. Okay, I've got it again. I've got it again. That's what he looks like. So, some people may say, I don't see anything at all. There's nothing there. Okay, well, then your eyes are... They got some filters on them. They really do. Your eyes got filters on them and you can't see. And perhaps maybe you don't want to see. If you want to see, I'm sure the filters will come off your eyes. But if you don't want to see, no, they're going to stay on your eyes. Just like that is what they're going to do. You come right over here. And I am going to be going you. I'm going to go. And so, we got it. We got it, you all. And thank you for watching, and thank you, moderators, for everything, and thank you all for your comments. It seems like CGI, computer-generated images, AI, and all of that. It's increasing at a rapid rate, and they're really good. Just think of the video games people play. They look so real. Real is what they look like, and you can't really tell them apart. They're so realistic, just like TV. So I'm going to go, and with that being said, hello wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you, Applebrooks Honey. Thank you, Nierka Honey. If we got any other moderators on here, thank you. Rochelle, on the right side of their forehead, you'll notice a knot on their forehead. You can tell, I see. Yeah. Good night, T. Prada. Good night, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and thank you for taking the time to tune in. Love you.